Hey, it's Dr. Fred. And man, we are excited because we got the boot camp series coming up. And first of all, this is going to be, I know I always say it's going to be different from everyone, but man, this is going to be like, trust me, if you haven't been here, been to a boot camp in a bit, and even if you have, this one's way different. It's going to make it so much easier to affect generations of chiropractic healthcare. And then also the people that we have that are supporting our culture. One really important young woman, Stacey Aurtuori. I found out about you and definitely thought you need to be in this culture. And you own and started your own insurance billing company. And
Yes,
after
sir.
listening to what you do and all the challenges people have with insurance, and finding
Yes.
companies that actually follow up. They just don't send out the bill and let you do everything. But you're actually like the investigator, man. You go out there, you're like the pardon my metaphor, like the hound dog that's seeking the
Yes.
raw meat, man.
Yes.
Like I know there's bleeding meat out there and I want to eat it.
Good way to say that. Yes.
I don't
We
know
are hound dogs, I
if that's
guess.
the best introduction that you've ever had, but
Yes.
so
Thank you for
cool.
the
So
introduction.
yeah, let's hear a bit of your story, how you got into this, and then what you do that is so unique and more powerful than other people that are in the same industry.
Yes, sir. So, we've been in business for about 23 years now. I am the owner operator. And
Of
we have about 25 billers, and we service clients across the United States. So we are in just about every state. And we work as a virtual billing service. So we would
what's the
log
name of
into,
your company?
oh, I'm sorry, ProMed Billing Solutions.
ProMed Billing Solutions. There you go. Now let me just interrupt real quick because this is the thing, the insurance has changed state to state. And
Yes, sir.
maybe I don't know if the insurance laws, but like if you're not up on what's changing, and like that's like a whole nother full-time job that
Yes, sir.
chiropractors or people in your team don't really need to take the responsibility, man. You need a specialist.
Correct. Correct. Yes. I mean, we find out something new every day. So, and that's our responsibility. When we find out anything, any updates, just anything general with insurance, we always let our clients know. Because we work like a virtual biller in your office. So we log into your computer, we send the billing, we scrub the claims, post EOBs, handle denials. And the bulk of our job is denials and statusing. We status your whole AR from A to Z once a month. We are very transparent as well. So we let the clients, doctors, or office managers, we like for them to know what's going on. So we create a live spreadsheet. If they have questions, it's HIPAA compliant too. So if they have any questions or anything, they can put their questions on there, and vice versa. We put our questions on there as well. If, we need an insurance card, or, if a patient's policy might term or anything like that.
Okay, let me
We'll put
interrupt you
that on
real
there.
quick because you go through what you do, but things that you mention are what people get hung up on and
Mhm.
why they don't collect all the allotted benefits, right? So one
Yes.
thing, you have to inspect what you expect. So getting that query, if you want to call it, the status update every month is huge. That was one thing that I used to do. We'd pull ARs the first Monday of every month and we'd
Mhm.
see what was outstanding, right? That's huge.
Yes.
And then plus you look at what you bill versus what the allowable is, and then
Mhm.
your ARs are way off. Like to have
Deductibles.
that be accurate, to know what you can collect today is very important. And we have collections, you guys know, on the intention sheet. You should be
Mhm.
setting goals for collections. You need to get those status updates.
That's something that we do too. When a client comes on board, we set goals. So if they're, collecting, um, 30,000 a month in insurance, and they want to reach 40,000 a month in insurance. What do we need to do to get the doc there? So that we go over goals, and we also work with you as well on how we can reach those goals. A lot of times when clients come on, they're coming on board with huge aging reports. That we work those too. So and plus too, stuff that you have to think about is you have timely filing. Some insurances are 60, 90 days timely filing. So if you have a huge AR and it's not being worked, you got a time clock on you.
Yeah,
So we've
absolutely.
seen clients write off thousands of dollars
Tens
because,
of thousands of
yes,
dollars.
I was being
Tens.
generous.
Yeah, no,
um
tens.
yeah, just because they don't have the staff's turnover in staff lately. And just the knowledge, like they just can't keep up. Offices are busy, and then they have to go through the interview process again. And most of my
Uh,
builders have been with me forever. I have several employees that have been with me for over 15 years.
yeah. Now, well, that shows what a great leader you are.
Thank
And
you.
you know, I have names going through my head right now of doctors that, I get on a call. Well, we got a new insurance person. I'm training them on insurance. What are you doing? Because when you're training them on insurance, you're not building your practice.
You're taken away from seeing
Oh
patients.
my God, I know. Well, even if you're doing outside office hours, you're burning your energy out, man. That's
Yeah,
energy you should be giving a talking to somebody at the gym. I mean, I signed up somebody, sent somebody again to the gym this morning because that's where your energy is. Like,
right,
don't
right,
do someone else's job. That's why
right,
you get stuck.
right. Yeah, we are very I mean, we don't vacation, we don't take a day off. We don't we're always there. You do have a dedicated biller, but there's always a team. So you have a biller and then a backup. So if one takes a day off, that other biller just slides right in and knows everything on your account.
So
So, I mean, a
individually, you
doctor could
take
call
days
up and
off.
say, "Hey, what's going on with Betty Jones?"
Yeah.
And she could rattle that right off the top of her head. And that's another thing we do too. So when we're working in your system, when we're posting EOBs, if we see a claim that didn't pay that was a later date, we're going to call on that right then and there. And we're also putting notes in your system too. So you would be able to look into your system and see the notes of our statusing. So when we status your AR, you're going to see the notes, and or if something happened, whatever we do on that claim will be notated in your system.
Cool.
So I think that's very important too,
Oh,
especially when you're checking
absolutely.
out a client and you see, what's going on with this, everything is right there. And we're
Now,
always at your fingertips too. So you can always
well,
pick up the phone, email, call, text. We're
now, here's
always
the way this should happen because I know what doctors are thinking. Yeah, I have questions on this and I have questions on that. No, no, no. No, again, you're doing someone else's job. That's your office manager's job. Like you say,
Mhm.
hey, look into these four people. But if I got to tell you these four people, there's the first problem. But
Right.
that talking to you, Stacey, is the office manager's job, right?
Yes.
Because what's the
Yes.
doctor got to be doing? Building your practice, more
Yes.
people, staying focused. You're the visionary.
Right. Right.
So now
And
you
don't
have
get
it.
me wrong, if we're not getting answers, or if we see something slipping through the cracks or something's not right, we're going to let the doctor know.
Yeah.
So again, we
Well,
are
the
very
doctor's not out of the
transparent.
loop.
I'm sorry.
The doctor's not out of the loop. They're just
Oh,
not
no, no,
doing the
no.
work. Yeah.
We want them in the loop. We want them to
Yeah.
know everything. We want them to know what great jobs we're doing. So of
Yeah,
course we're going to
exactly.
tell them everything.
Yeah. So that way, when you like break records on insurance collections, they send you a nice Christmas bonus. So, right. Well, it's
Yeah.
like Stacey, well, you know what? You and your husband, you need to go on a vacation. Thank you for our extra $100,000 this year. Here's $10,000, $15,000 just because you're amazing. By the way, let's go to 200 next year. So, so
There's
now,
enough stress in just owning a business, and insurance billing should be a stress that a doctor should not have to worry about. And
Thank you.
that's what we do.
Yeah. So there was another thing that you said that you just kind of go through in the list so casually, but it's a major issue for docs, major stress. That's denials.
Yes.
So, a lot of billing companies that, well, we'll send out your bills, but if it gets denied, you have to have somebody that follows up. And that's what I meant about a hound dog chasing the raw meat. Like you go
Mhm.
after those and you fight them.
Yes. A lot of those denials are just denials that they should not have denied, and they just need a phone call. And the office staff just doesn't have time to sit on the phone for an hour, to get a representative to get that claim reprocessed, or if it needs diagnosis codes or anything like that. There's just such a list of why claims deny these days, and that's what we do. So we
Yeah,
do the legwork to get the docs paid, because in today's world, every penny counts.
absolutely. Well, not only that, but to be labeled a conspiracy theorist, which, is it a theory if it's actually happening? That's another story. But what's the probability that keeping a person on hold to question a denial is a strategy because they know you're going to burn out and you may not follow up, right? Is
Mhm.
that could
That
that be a
I
strategy by insurance companies?
100% agree with you. 100%. We literally had worked with a doctor one time and gave us a stack like this of denials that just needed phone calls that they don't have time to do, because they got patients coming in who called in sick, who quit, or whatever the situation may be. And that's what we do. I mean, that's stress that an office manager shouldn't have, a doctor should not have. So I mean, that's what we do. And they're going
Absolutely.
to see them. So all the EOBs and everything still go to the office. So when we're posting, we're going to be putting those denials on that spreadsheet, so the doctor can log on at any time and see exactly what we're doing and breaking it all down for them.
You mean the office manager?
Office manager. Yes, the office manager. Well,
No,
I mean, I want docs to be able to, again, see what we're doing. So
yeah, no,
if
I
they
get it.
think, gosh, what's going on this month, they
No,
can
that
log
wasn't
in
for
and
you.
take a
That was
look.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was for the doctors
yeah. I
because
want them to know, hey, ProMed's got my back. So, and that's just sort of a backup for us, that they know that we're doing our job. His staff is doing his job, because we also have a time clock on it too. So if the office writes a question on there, my typical response I like is 24 hours. So, or same day. Most of us answer the same day, unless we have to make multiple phone calls or whatnot. But if we need something from an office, like a COB from the patient or whatever the case may be, if we need something from the office and that sits on there for a couple days, we're going to alert the doctor and say, hey, you have a few patients sitting on there and it's been 5 days. So, so we're very transparent. We want that money in the door.
absolutely working towards everybody's best interest.
Yes,
And I said the
absolutely.
office manager, not for you, but for doctors, because there's so many docs that they're managing their office. And that's what holds them back. Like you make it easy, I show them how to grow. We work together. And that's one of the things I loved about you and wanted you on here. And I'm so glad that you're getting involved in this culture, is because the easier and more effective you can make things, the less doctors have to stress, the more certainty they have stuff that wastes their emotional energy, the more
Right,
they're going to build their practice and make an impact on generations of people. So,
right.
um, yeah, this is kind of a quick thing. You're going to be able to speak at the boot camp. Give a few minutes, tell them who you are, what you
Yeah,
do. We'll kind of
yes.
expand a little bit on this.
We can't wait to be there.
And yeah, what else? What would you like them to know? First of all, when they watch this, how do they contact you?
So you can call me direct. we all use our cell phones. My cell phone is 727-243-3918. You can also contact me via email, and that's Stacey, Stacey, at promedclaims.com.
There you go.
So we literally answer doctors because they're different time zones. So, I mean, I have doctors texting me 10, 11 o'clock at night and we all answer, all of our billers answer because they just create a relationship with these doctors, and office staff. And, that's just what we do. I mean, we consider them all family. So we want to collect, as much as we can for them.
Well, in spite of the fact that you will answer the phone, docs don't be calling her at 10, 11 at night. You can wait till the next day. Or
I
maybe
will
you should,
answer you.
yeah, adjust people a little faster. So, first of all, if you're calling them at 10, 11 at night, you should be in bed with your wife. You're thinking about the wrong things. Now you're on East
That's
Coast
what they
time.
do because
Yeah,
they just,
like 10 or
you know.
11, that's 8 o'clock at night, man. You should be having dinner with your family, reading them stories, tucking them into bed. You are doing the wrong thing. Like, let that shit go when you go home. Call her the next day. So I remember I had this.
We just can't. We just, if a doctor texts us or even emails us, I mean, we're always, I don't know, I guess it's an OCD thing. We
Obsessive.
just have to respond to them.
Yeah, how cool is that you have an obsessive person that's taking care of your insurance? Cool. Well, we're gonna look forward to seeing you. We'll see you in June 7th
Thank
through the
you.
9th, Atlanta. Go to the Elite Coaching LLC website and book a breakthrough call and learn about the boot camps. Minimally, you can call Stacey here. And if you have this challenge or you're even thinking about what you're gonna do, give her a call anyway, because I haven't met people through my 36 years. There's been maybe two that are your quality. So, I mean, in
Thank
over
you.
3 decades, it was definitely a great discovery for us. So, thank you.
Thank you. We really do care about our clients. We really do.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm.
All right, you guys, see you at the boot camp. Love you guys. See you soon.
Thank you.